guys, it's Kathye from Big People Little Changes, and this is
Dave, of course.
So this video is going to be a little bit of kind of a mishmash of a couple of different things. We're going to start out with our weigh-ins that we did on Monday night, and we're going to be doing another set of weigh-ins this coming Monday, and hopefully we'll get those up to the channel a little bit earlier. We're going to have a montage of our 6 initial progress photos for DDP yoga. The photos have us doing a stand facing forward, a stand facing sideways, to kind of see the changes in how we look physically, and it kind of gives a good idea of, you know, top to bottom and from
shows
the side.
Shows the progress,
because we may not see a change in the numbers on the scale when we weigh in a month from now, but we may actually see, oh look, my thighs are looking a little bit thinner, or my face looks a little thinner, or
I can reach closer to the ground.
Yeah. So other than the 2 standing poses, there's a fold forward standing and a fold forward seated. There's a catcher pose, and then there's a roundhouse kick, which is probably the most challenging for both of us.
Yeah, I can't do it. Kathy's not so bad at it, definitely a lot better than me, but someday I'll get there.
It requires a bit of balance. And, you know, as we do more yoga, we'll strengthen our cores and we'll get better at that. You'll also see some highlights from our most recent yoga workout. We were doing the first stand strong, I believe.
The very first stand strong.
And then you'll also see some footage of Dave reacting to that workout. It was rather strenuous for him.
A lot of work.
A little bit of footage of our mall walk that we did today. You'll only see Dave in the footage, but I was there with him. And a little bit of footage from one of my dog walks. It was just me and the dog. And you'll actually only see the dog, but he's cute, so it's okay.
So the main highlight of today's video is going to be the DDP yoga. Now, I talked a little bit about it during our first video. I wanted to get a little more in depth with it. If you are overweight like we are, if you are injured, maybe you've got a bad back, a thrown out disc, a blown spine, even so far as a spinal fusion, if you are just generally beat up, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, all that sort of stuff, if you're old, you know, if you're a senior citizen, and can't move around the way you used to, this is what these programs are designed for. The creator, Diamond Dallas Page, is a former pro wrestler. The guy used to work, 330 days a year on the road, getting thrown through tables, getting thrown off of rings, getting people a lot bigger than he is jumping on him. It took his toll, and one day he got thrown through a table incorrectly and really damaged his back. He went to 3 separate doctors who all told him the same thing. We can correct the damage, but you'll never wrestle again. And he wouldn't accept that answer. So he went to a 4th doctor, and the guy said, yeah, the diagnosis is correct, but there is a rehab specialist in the area I'd like you to talk to. He's had some good results with veterans and soldiers who have had similar injuries to what you've got. So Dallas got the surgery, and he went and visited this guy and found out, much to his horror, this 6'5" professional wrestler got sent to a yoga practitioner. But he was given the choice of don't walk again, or don't run again, don't never wrestle again, or give it a try. So he worked with the guy and found out this guy had a very unique approach to yoga. He had designed it with physiotherapy and rehabilitation in mind. And it worked great. Diamond and Dallas added in some of his own calisthenics and his own training regimen that he learned as a pro wrestler. And not only did Dallas wrestle again, he got so strong and so much better that he went on to win 3 world championships after having had the surgery. So he was able to perform in an industry that was completely unforgiving at the very highest level. Until he decided he wanted to retire on his own terms. When this happened, by the way, This wasn't a young man in his 20s or even his 30s. Dallas didn't start his wrestling career until he was 35, and he was almost my age when the injury happened. And he was able to go back and compete at that high level thanks to this program. When he did retire from the ring, he went and found that yoga doc, which he still calls him to this day, and said, dude, I've got an industry full of beat-up people who could benefit from this, and I think we could make a business out of this. Let's just change a few things, tweak a few things, add a few things, and DDP Yoga was born. And I'm a convert. I never would have thought at age 18, if you'd told me I'd be doing yoga in my 40s, I'd have laughed at you and probably punched you. Here I am. I am a full proselytizing convert. And I can't say enough about the program. It starts at any level. Literally, if you can't get out of bed without help, that's okay. He has a program that you can do from within your bed. The next stage up, he has you sitting in a chair for the entire workout. That's the program where I started with, because thanks to a car accident a number of years ago, I have a badly damaged hip that I have to get cortisone shots for 4 times a year. So my mobility is somewhat limited. So I started out with the chair, and I did that for much of the last year. And when we decided to do this vlog, I also decided that, you know what, it's time to graduate up to his Stand Strong program, which uses the chair as a balancing tool only. I'm not sitting in it anymore, although I can sit in it, and trust me, you'll see me. I will eventually sit in it because I do run out of steam. My muscles aren't as strong as they should be yet, but they'll get there. So stay tuned. We're going to have everything that Kathye promised you, and give you a little bit of insight into what our exercise regimen is. All right? Say goodnight, Kathye.
Have a good night.
Week 1, our first weigh in. This is our initial weight. Recording, and 283.8. That's my starting point. I'm going to do this again next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
All right, my turn to step up on the scale. This is week 1, day 1. It's Monday after Kathye just got home from work. This is the time of day in the week we're going to do our weekly weigh-ins just to keep everything consistent. So let's see where I'm starting. Looks like 491.2. Higher than I'd like, but that's the whole point of this video. Let's bring it down. Hi guys, it's Dave from Big People Little Changes again. Just finished my first full DDP standing strong workout, and as you can see, I'm a little flushed, a little sweaty, and not gonna lie, it kicked my ass. I'd been doing the chair force workouts up until now. Yesterday we did the Diamond Dozen for standing strong just to learn the moves, but it wasn't really a full cohesive workout per se. This was the first one where he put it all together and we did a bunch of stuff. And like I said, I'm whooped. So I'm definitely at the outer edge of my envelope where I should be. My heart rate was a little concerningly high. That's what this thing here on my forearm is. It's a heart rate monitor. It actually puts it up on the screen for me, telling me what my heart rate's at and whether I should take a break or slow down or whether I'm not trying enough, although that never happens. But yeah, my heart rate's supposed to be anywhere from 115 to 135, I think it is, and I saw 162 during this, and that's one of the points where I decided to sit down and pause the video and take a break. But just long enough to get the heart rate back down to about 115, and then I got right back into it and finished it up. Learned a few things today that, I need a taller chair than our folding chairs because I'm just too tall to really be able to balance on it when I'm fully standing. So lesson learned, I'm going to have one of the wooden chairs, which is what you saw the second half of the video. I figured that out, and that went a lot better. And when we do this again tomorrow, hopefully it'll go a little better and I'll be just that little bit stronger. But it takes time, and I'm committed to putting the time and the work in. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Take it easy.
Hi guys, it's Kathye from Big People Little Things. Just finished the first Stand Strong workout with Dave. This was our first real back to workout of the new year, new us video, everything. It was pretty good. We'd been doing the sitting ones, and while Dave needs it, I don't. But the Stand Strong were really good, or an improvement. I felt like I was actually working. I felt like it was building up a bit of a sweat for me. I did have my heart rate monitor on, but because we were filming with my phone, I wasn't able to keep an eye on my progress, and when I opened up the workout at the end, it didn't register. I have a flat line, so I guess I was dead for the whole thing. I hope not. I feel alive. Yeah, so that was it. It was a good workout. One thing I think we do need to work on is figuring out the space a little bit better. I felt like I was stepping forward, stepping back, adjusting, fingers hitting the door, and then having to, take little steps because the workout has you moving all over the place, and finding my mark, for lack of a better word, was a little bit tricky in places. I didn't want to run into Dave. I didn't want to run into the dog bed. I didn't want to run into the door, and it was a little bit tricky. So I think that's the biggest challenge for the next one, or something to figure out for the next one. But yeah, we will see you again in a bit. Have a good one.
Hi guys, it's Dave from Big People Little Changes. I'm here at the mall for my first mall walk. According to the pedometer built into my phone, I am at 545 steps for the day, just before I get started, so I know how many steps I get into by the end. I'll check in with you the next time I have a sit. I'm going to get a haircut behind me here first, and then I'm going to start my walk. Talk to you soon. Bye.